Fivio.
Wow. What up,
What's up? Talk to me about Pop Smoke and what he meant to the Brooklyn drill scene.
Oh, everything. He basically was like one of the first people to take like the new Brooklyn UK drill sound and make it like mainstream.
And after his death, like, do you feel like it's part of your job to carry on that legacy?
Yeah, definitely.
Sinning, bust it up, walk away grinning, cloud bow, winning, looking for him, spinning, demons with me, sinning, bust it up, walk away grinning, hey, big drip.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I think I was rapping all my life. So I was 3 years old.
What made you start taking rap seriously?
The people really. Like, the people started giving me the confidence, like, yo, bro, you nice.
You better not tag me. Yeah. And if you send it first, then you...
Tell me about the day you made Big Drip.
So I'm in the studio and like, my man Toast was like, yo, this nigga sent me these beats for you.
Axel.
I actually started making beats on my phone. I got a couple placements, you know.
Off of your phone?
Yeah, off my phone. I bought my computer when I started sending beats and stuff. My first was like, you know, it's time to upgrade, you know, trying to get professional. Because I can't be making beats on a phone all day.
What was the first song you produced for a Brooklyn guy that really started popping off? Was it Suburban?
It's a man down when we lurking. Pull up at all black and purging.
Yeah, Suburban. I did no Suburban.
Better recognize who you're dealing with. Run up, gon' be a death.
So you did the diss and the response?
Back to back.
It was so local, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way, the subject matter. Everything we're talking about was from what was going on in their neighborhoods. Like, literally outside of their house. Shit goes on and they go in the studio and they talk about what they're doing with their friends.
Had you ever been to New York when you started producing for New York guys?
Nah, it was all through the internet.
It's insane to make the soundtrack to a city and a neighborhood
That you've never been to, right?
How would you describe the Brooklyn drill sound that has developed over the last few years?
Brooklyn drill is like, it's like a pull off of Chicago drill mixed with the UK drill.
What Chicago artists were the New York guys looking at to take inspiration from?
Chief Keef.
He basically kind of like started the foundation and then it just developed and transformed into something else. It's going to become the new sound, you know. I think it might rub off trap music and this might be the new trap.
Trap is just one, and it's kind of like, I mean, I like trap, but I say it's kind of like, it's kind of boring because it doesn't move anywhere.
How would a drill snare sound?
It's just like, and that's how obviously everyone just like realizes that this is a drill beat compared to trap.
I liked the bass. I liked the bow, bow, bow.
If you listen to the slides, the 808s, you gotta find those pockets to rap in or to find a melody in those pockets. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it challenges, not too many rappers can, you know what I'm saying, ride that wave.
Do you remember what the first thing you laid down was on Big Drip?
First thing I laid down? Big Drip.
Big drip. I fell in love with a lit bitch. Hey.
I mean, I hear the beat. I think about what was happening that day and make it rhyme. So I was on my way to the studio. Traffic stop. My man Sosa got locked up.
Yeah. Free Sosa hit demon. Geeked up. Geeking. We winning, we on defense.
I send him like, you know, simple beats, no beats all over the place, you know, because like he goes ad-lib.
Bow.
He can put it anywhere. He's unpredictable.
Bow. So it's like a combination of what I'm saying and the rhythm. I said 3 swaggy things, so I had to say 8 3 times. Hey.
Bow. They loving the style. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting them down.
I knew it was a hit because it was something different, and Pop Smoke was coming up at the time as well, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the move.
At that point, people didn't really believe like a lot like drill could come mainstream, and then Pop Smoke jumped off.
Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skating a Rari.
Pop Smoke, he gave us hope, and it gave like the industry and the labels hope this could go mainstream.
It don't get more New York than Pop Smoke. You know what I'm trying to say?
Any other artists coming out of Brooklyn that you jacking?
Shout out Fivio Foreign.
A dream of his was to bring this sound worldwide and bring it mainstream. Like, it was very conscious.
We dropped Big Drip. It just started shooting.
Yeah, big drip, big drip. I fell in love with a lit bitch. Ay.
Everybody is going crazy. He's telling cars in the streets like, yo, that's me on the radio.
Hold on, that's the radio.
All labels are calling. They just changed our lives.
Do you know if Drake heard of Axel Beats from Big Drip?
Of course. When I spoke to him, he was like, yo, let's get an actual beat. Like, that's the sound. Like, that's the sound we're looking for.
He heard Brooklyn drill and he came toward my direction.
Axel.
OVO XO link up, man, them drink up, me and the drillers. Hawking sticks and cash and Baka, Gucci, P and Gilla.
What do you think is the future of Brooklyn drill?
I think it's going to be mainstream.
You're on the same label as Adele and Beyonce.
Right. That's a big deal. There's like a lot of pressure. So I can't slip up. But I'm good at that. Like, I'm good at that. I'm like Superman. I'm good at being Superman.
If you keep it secret, if we can all be happy, you can post a picture. But you better not tag me.
Can you flip it around so I can see you?
Is it a face interview?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's video.
Okay, let me get better lighting. I need better lighting.
Is that going to get you through the virus?
Yeah.
There we go. Is this where you make your beats, right in the laundry room?
Laundry room.
Because I saw the hanging up in the background.
I just had this idea that I wanted it to bounce.
I got the horses in the back.
Boom, 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 boom. Man, what's the deal? Man, I'm coming through. It's your girl, this so.